actually what I'm going to talk about.
Welcome
That's
to the
what's
NoHo
on my mind.
podcast. We're back. Fuck's sake.
just keep going, mate. It's fine.
Really? Okay.
We
Right.
misplaced something that we're...
Welcome
looking
to
forward to
the
that, right?
NoHo podcast. We're back in action. I am here with my compadre Zach. Say hello, Zach.
Hello, a little bit late, haven't we, pal? It's been
It has been a while.
longer than we said we'd leave it till we did one again.
Yeah.
And we've got nothing but apologies for that.
No one's fault. No one's fault. Just
Well, it's our fault.
just life. You know, it gets a bit busy.
Yeah, I had to go to Swansea.
Yeah, you
Good
know,
times.
some stuff going on. I was busy over the weekend. Busy during the week. Busy doing nothing. Right.
It's the festive season, yeah, Sean.
What?
If those festivals are our birthdays.
Yeah.
Is Sean's birthday today?
It is my birthday.
It's a beautiful day here in Cardiff.
Do you want to say happy birthday? Do you want to say happy birthday?
Happy
to Zach?
birthday. I'm not going to sing you a song or anything because we're too old for that shit.
What's the, what are you going to say something about me? You're going to give me like a toast or something?
Well, you know,
It's a special day.
Well, yeah, I guess it is your special day.
Do you remember what happened a few years ago when it was my birthday? Didn't really give me anything
We
special
made
that day.
ourselves a bucket list.
We did
Do you
make
mean
ourselves
that?
a bucket list. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you were horrible to me, if I remember.
Yeah, but like, I was horrible to you every day then.
Yeah,
That was
but
a time in our lives when I was particularly aggressive and you were particularly strange.
Strange how?
So it was a recipe for... Strange how, mate? You were a fucking mess in school. What are you talking about?
It was my special day and you ruined it.
You're a special person, mate. Back in sixth
That
grade.
makes it sound like I should be treated...
Well, the thing is, I resent your birthday because it's a week before my birthday.
Yeah.
So not only does that mean that you always remind me that you're older than me, as if it makes any fucking difference. It's 8 days, but also we always share a party, which ends up being kind of by default called Sean's birthday.
Strange how you can manipulate words like that.
Not really, mate. I saw you make the event, and I also saw you insist that you wrote Sean and Zach's birthday as opposed to Zach and Sean's.
I remember when you used to tell me that in situations where we were have to both write our names, Zach and Sean and Zach, you should put your name first because it has less letters. If that makes any difference.
Well, no,
So
it
don't
sounds
put-
cooler.
At least
than
I'm
my name
honest.
first, you know.
At least I'm honest. Right,
Like
shall we,
the second name should be the one that lingers. That's how I look at it. Zach and Sean, and it's rather than Sean and Zach. That just sounds stupid. You shouldn't end a sentence on such a hard.
I'm glad that we didn't just use our names for this because this is a nightmare. We never would have got around to recording anything. I'm going to cover the. Well, before I do that, actually, I'm gonna plug I'll plug our Twitter. As I do a lot. That's at No Hope Podcast. If you are a fan of the show, if you're a fan of me, if you're a fan of Zach, although I don't know how to what degree that is possible.
That's
Give us a follow.
yeah.
At No Hope Podcast. We've had quite a lot of good reception. The thing is, right, this is something which we've talked about before, but I've been checking how many subscribers we have every single day. That's by the by. Judge me for that, but like that's not part.
He
That's
told
not the
me
crux of the story.
this is what he's not telling you. He told me that that's literally the first thing he does every day when he wakes up.
It is. I'm excited. I'm excited about the podcast. Aren't you excited?
The account is attached to my email,
Yeah.
and every 2 days he has a go at me because I haven't given him the password, which is the password for my email.
30
Understandable that I don't give it to
35
you.
subscribers so far. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if I was allowed to say that because I don't know if we want to keep that a mystery. But
Well,
I don't.
We're not now.
The fact is, well, okay. I appreciate
Maybe
that,
we
but-
will eventually, because like we said, the beauty of iTunes is you can't tell how many
Yeah.
you've got.
Yeah, but I think that many for one episode is. I think only the sorts of people who can sort of evoke true loyalty and respect can get that many subscribers from the first episode. You have to be something special,
Without doubt.
without doubt.
You've got to be the next generation.
Yeah.
You've got to be... do something else. I can't do this joke again.
Zach Jones, unemployed.
Yeah. I can't even keep those jokes up anymore without feeling bad for myself.
I remember there was a few years ago when your thing was you're the greatest man that ever lived.
That still is my thing.
You still believe that?
Yeah, but the problem is I can't really say it anymore because people can just go, "You what?
Yeah.
What have you got to show for it?"
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've got to wait till self-fulfilling prophecy kicks in.
Yeah. We've been going for about 20 minutes, so we better...
That can't be true.
no.
It says 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, I was looking at the seconds. Jesus,
How can you not... How can you possibly think that was going for 20 minutes?
Time flies. Also, another thing, could you please review the podcast on the iTunes Store? Because we're desperate.
Yeah, it helps with, like, the searches and stuff, I think.
Yeah. Also, feel free to send any correspondence in on the Twitter. And that's it. I think we should get into the meat of the podcast now.
Yeah.
I'm doing exactly what you said before we started that you didn't want me to do. But
just move on to whatever you are going to do next.
Okay,
you don't need to go. Okay, this is what we're doing next.
Okay.
Just do it, mate. Live.
Okay, fine. Zach,
your life.
You've written me to commemorate the fact that it was 4 years ago to the day, pretty much, that we did this.
Pretty much. I think you'll find it's exactly 4 years to the day.
Yeah. Of course, it was. I think I'd know it was my birthday.
I think you mean it is your birthday.
Zach. That's kind of funny.
It is St. Patrick's Day.
It's not actually my birthday today. That was a lie. But it is my birthday tomorrow. Yeah. Zach's just making a little joke there. But anyway, Zach's written some things of his own on his bucket list now, because 4 years ago when we did this, and the thing we're talking about, this was on the El Dude Brothers channel. We
can't show you it now, though.
No, we've hidden the videos because we're ashamed. But basically, we're redoing a bucket list series that we did on the channel. But Zach's written some stuff on his bucket list for me.
Got a couple. I made you want me to do 5, is it?
Just sort of go...
Yeah, but some of these... I'll do 5, because some of these I don't want to do.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they're not in... You know, it's not like number 1 is the most...
Oh, by the way, let's just explain, the bucket list is a list of things you want to do before you die.
Yeah, exactly, things to do before you die. Number 1, almost die.
Almost die.
Yep. It's pretty self-explanatory, I'd imagine, right?
Why do you want to almost die?
Well, because obviously you'd never be able to experience that and learn about it or anything unless it happened to you before you actually died. Do you see what I mean? The experience of dying, I want to experience that at least a little bit so I know what I'm in for. Okay. I think about death a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's pretty sad to me that we're 22 almost. You're 22, I'm almost 22.
Why?
Because...
one step closer to death.
Well, it's more, you know, we've got 8 good years left.
Well, you think after 30 everything gets shit?
I think by the time we're 30, we just won't understand the world anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think...
Because the world evolves so quickly that... You know how when you come to like 40, 45...
Yeah.
You know, you don't have, at least in the people we know them as today.
Well, like our parents.
Yeah, like, you know, they only sort of get into phones, tablets.
It's like you do that now when you're...
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, though. If I'm this much of
life.
a caveman at 22, by the time I haven't even got a really phone now. When I'm 30, I'm going to be, like, living in a fucking cabin. You know what I mean? My life's going to be over. Like, I'm not going to know how to exist.
They got 3D printers now.
Exactly. Those chips have come out. The eye things I told you.
Oh God!
It's not a conspiracy theory. It is a real thing that's coming out. It's made by Google. Google. No, glass. It's not a glass, is it? Well, maybe it's like plastic, but it's something that you put in your eye.
Like a contact lens.
Yeah, maybe. And you're like the Terminator. You're like,
yeah, Google Glass. That's
and it's got like you can like watch, do anything.
Yeah,
like you've got a computer in your fucking eyeball. I'm not going to get that.
Yeah, that is weird. That is
scary. And there'll come a point where everyone's got that, and you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to almost die.
Okay, well.
Maybe,
I'm sure
maybe by the time that experience happens, though, I'll just be like, take me.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Would you put that on yours? I think that should be like a funny question I ask you for all of them.
No.
Is this something you'd like to do in your life?
I don't think I would want to do that in my life.
Really?
Well, I just don't
Wouldn't you always just be thinking about it, though? The thing is, if it happened, you almost died.
Yeah.
You'd have a bit of... What's the word? Closure, you know what I mean? Like, you'd sort of go, okay, that's all it is then.
Well, how almost die how?
You know, like...
From a disease?
Nah, say, like, you're in a coma, or, like, your heart stops.
Right.
I don't, you know, obviously it's I'm not ready for that now. But,
yeah.
It's not something I want to do, but I think it's the sort of thing that I'd wish happened to me before I was really dying.
Okay.
Okay, we'll pick something slightly less.
Something else you want to happen before you
die. Go to the gathering of the Juggalos.
I told you about this literally yesterday.
No, I knew about it anyway.
Alright, why is that? You've done some research, have you?
Well, no, I already know a lot about it. Like, I listened to... But if you don't know the gathering of the Juggalos, yearly... it's a festival, basically. It's like a couple of days festival. Yeah. Hosted and, I believe, run by the Insane Clown Posse.
Right. What happens at this festival?
It's mental, man. There's an episode of Workaholics where they go to it, yeah? And obviously every fucker's got that face paint on, which, if you don't know the band and that, they're like a mental rap band. But if you've played GTA 5, one of the characters wears, like, the face paint in that.
Yeah.
And it's just mental, though. Like, they're really dark. You know, the music is really dark-themed.
Yeah.
So obviously these people are all maniacs. And they play Insane Clown Posse music there. Loads of people are, like, rapping and that. People at, like, mud wrestling.
But why do they...
They have wrestling shows there. You know, I watch wrestling.
Yeah.
They've got their own wrestling company.
Why do they wear the face paint, though?
I don't really know about that. I assume the band started wearing it as, like, a gimmick when they were a rap group. Mm. But obviously then the fans took after that.
Right.
It's not, like, something that I'd really like.
You have to justify it, mate, if you want to go join the Juggalos.
It's more, I don't want to join... Exactly, so you've already misinterpreted what I'm saying. I don't want to join the Juggalos. I'm not a Juggalo. Okay, I want to attend one of these events as a bystander. Right. And I want to go... Okay, this is... You know, it's like why people go to cosplay conventions when they aren't into it.
Yeah.
Or Comic-Con. That's another one I'd like to maybe go to Comic-Con. You know, it's a similar thing. Yeah. I'm not in those subcultures at all. But, you know, it's like you're a fish out of water.
I find it very strange.
Definitely. Anyway, yeah, go to the gathering of the Juggalos.
Right, yeah. That's not... no, maybe something I'd want to do in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's not at the top of people's lists, you know, but I think a lot of people
I don't think
would.
It is.
It's number 2 on mine. But,
yeah.
We've got... Okay, what I've written is Shipwreck.
Jesus. Right, okay, explain.
What I mean is, be in a scenario like a shipwreck.
Right. Like a plane
like beyond
crash?
Yeah, you know, I don't... It's not the actual event, it's the being stranded bit.
Right.
Like, I want to be, like, stranded alone on, like, an island for, like, not ages.
So you want the rest of the people on the ship to die?
Well, no, like I said, it doesn't have to be a shipwreck. You know, it doesn't have to be, there has to be hundreds of deaths along with this experience for me to really appreciate it. Like, it could just be, like, I do it myself, go to, like, a little island or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Because everyone watches those films, yeah? And you think, you're meant to be like, how terrible would that be? But don't you really go, that would be great.
What? Great why?
Well, you know, you got all that downtime, like you're living.
Living?
You know, like Into the Wild. It's kind of like that, yeah, but the idea is, I gotta go live in the woods, you know, be one with nature. Like, I don't really want to do that. But it's the, living completely out of society. You know, there's no people to influence your thoughts.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay anyone anything. There's no money.
But
you have to. There's no shops.
It's a miracle.
You can't update your status.
If you could even get out of bed in the morning anyway, let alone build yourself hunt yourself food.
I wouldn't have to get out of bed.
You've got to go out and hunt yourself food.
No, I'm not saying I've got no food. I could just take my own food.
Right, so you just want some... Right, so you just want to...
I want some time to be alone.
Right.
I think is what I want.
Okay, well, yeah.
And the problem with life is, you're never really alone.
Right.
Even now, yeah, like when you go to Swansea, I'm like hanging out here in my room, just living life, being alone, but you still go, what was that? Like you hear a creak in another house.
Yeah.
Or you go to the shop or whatever, and obviously then you see people. Like, it's hard to just... You're never really literally alone for days, are you? You can at least, like, chat with people on the internet. And I just think, that's something people don't...
It sounds like you'd love it if they put you in solitary confinement.
I was going to put be imprisoned.
Like father, like son?
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest as well, he didn't have any long stints. So that would be...
Wow.
Okay, I've done 3, have I?
I don't know. Just do as
I'll do 2 more. Okay, I'll do one more that's like a bit throwaway, and then one that's quite serious, yeah?
Okay.
dress in drag.
Oh, Jesus, really?
But for like a reason. Yeah, don't you want to do that, really?
No, not really. I find it...
Not as, like, for real.
I
Like,
don't,
not be
I don't
a
get,
transvestite.
I just don't understand why people do that and why people go to watch drag artist shows.
It's hilarious.
I just don't... You know, I don't
I don't mean do a show. I just mean dress up as a woman.
Do you remember when we saw those guys in town jump into that fountain?
Yeah,
dressed
that was...
as women.
Yeah, but the worst part about that was they were dressed as women, obviously pissed.
Yeah.
2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Wearing dresses, jump in a freezing cold fountain. Worst part, only thing you really see, all their bollocks hanging out.
That's all I took from it.
Yes.
That's all I remember.
They're not a good example for what I'm trying to express here.
Right, okay, but
It's more like
then?
things. I'd never do it on like a night out or whatever. Well, first of all, I wouldn't want to. I don't like dressing up on nights out anyway.
Yeah.
But it would be like for like a sketch or something, or
Right.
like
Just start writing that into the script.
yeah, maybe like in the script. Or...
You come home and I'm just dressed as a woman.
Well, no,
Yeah,
obviously in the
like,
show though, it could be like that I'm dressing up for Halloween or whatever.
Right.
But in real life, I would never do that for Halloween.
But why?
It's not like a fetish or anything, you know. It's just weird that there's so many types of clothes that you just never wear as a man. You know, whereas women just, you know, I'm not like, oh, gender equality. How come women can wear jeans and skirts?
I have to say, I once wore leggings on
Yeah,
a night
you've
out.
done. I've seen you dress as a fucking nun. With
Yeah.
makeup on, you can't. Like, it's your profile picture.
was-
And you're like, oh, I'm being all fucking...
I didn't enjoy
you
it.
wanna... Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy it either.
But,
It's like...
I looked like
Plus,
I looked like a horrible
don't you
woman.
want to know if you'd be a beautiful woman? Don't you want to... Doesn't that, like, keep you up at night?
Jesus. What's your next one?
Okay, last one, yeah. This is serious, really.
Right.
The reason I space out is because it's also... Watch someone else die. It's fine.
Fucking hell.
Or like remember yesterday, me and Sean saw like an interview about an assisted suicide.
Oh, yeah.
It's that really. It's the Doug Stanhope's talked about it, where he like kills his mum.
Yeah.
But like that, it's obviously really linked to the first one, where you know you never really, or maybe it would just be like someone on their deathbed. You know, it doesn't have to be that I kill them.
Yeah. Anyone in particular?
Well, no, obviously not. Like whoever. It would be someone close to you, though, obviously, because the point is, it's like an emotional experience that not everyone actually gets to have.
Well, I would have thought most people would.
I don't know, you know, like not really. You know, most people, even if they're like hospitalised dying, you know, they usually die when you happen to not be there.
Oh, you mean you actually literally want to be there? When
Yeah,
they...
exactly.
Right, okay.
Like literally while they're dying.
Sounds worrying.
Well, it's macabre, like, innit? And it's not in a, like, yeah. You know, like I'm getting some sort of thrill out of it.
You sure about that?
No, to be honest, I'm not. But, you know, I like to be optimistic about my... But yeah, that's it, really.
Right.
It's a lot like number one. You know, like I said, I think about death a lot. And it's just... It's something that you just have to think about for a lot of people... You just have to think about it until it happens to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't really properly interact with it on a hand-to-hand level.
I guess, yeah. It's quite conceptual.
It's the unknown, isn't it? It's just what's in the darkness.
I just have a really, really boring, but I guess real opinion on what happens. You die and you just die. So
yeah, so do I. I don't think there's anything after life or anything. But stuff is like chemically proven. It's DMT, isn't it? You read about that loads.
Yeah.
It's the chemical that releases when you die or something.
Yeah.
You know, you even obviously I don't. You know, we can put this to bed immediately. We're both atheists.
Yeah.
And actively dislike religious people.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think I'm also not spiritual. You know, I don't think like your spirit lives on, even though it's got no religious connotations. I do think you just die, because otherwise, how would you explain what happens to all the animals that die?
Well, yeah.
Like, if it was true that like you go to another place, it's going to be packed. You think how many animals have existed, and is it just our planet?
Yeah.
Anyway, though, But, you know, it must be like time slows down or something. You know, like when you're in shock.
Yeah.
You know, like stuff happens to your body when you're in pain and things. I know it must be just like that, but on another level.
Okay.
That's it, yeah, that's 5 off the bucket list. Obviously, we'll come back to this maybe in the future.
Yeah, another series will continue to explore your fascination with death.
Yeah, obviously, it's more like I put stuff on the bucket list that's... You know, it's not the way people look at it as, like, good things that want to happen to them.
Yeah.
You know, mine's more experiences.
Right.
Good or bad.
Okay.
Man or woman.
I've written some film ideas here. This is that I want Zach to tell me what he thinks about them. To write them, I basically tried to just sit here and just bash as many out as I can, you know, as quickly as I can, and then I cut them down to these 4. Right. I haven't really thought about them at all, but we can get into it now, right?
Yeah, don't worry. It should just be shit ideas, really.
Thanks.
Well, no, I mean, you know, not thought out though. So
right.
You have to, you know, think on your feet.
Yeah. Okay. A man who dreams of climbing to the top of Big Ben is met with trouble from the London Met while trying to reach his dream.
You say climb up the top.
Yeah, he wants to climb to the top of Big Ben.
You mean like scale the tower?
Scale the tower, yeah. He wants to scale the tower. This is his lifelong dream.
What can't you? You can get up to the top though.
He wants to climb it.
He insists on climbing it.
Yeah, he's a climber.
I'm sure this must have been made, but not about Big Ben.
Maybe.
You know, if somebody wants to like climb a mountain or some shit. What are their issues? Health and safety, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and it's private property. You know, you can't just climb it. You know, you can't just do that.
How big is it?
It's pretty big. You've seen it. You've been there.
Have I?
Yeah, remember?
Was it when I was with you?
Yeah, we went to London.
Well, yeah, but you were just like, oh, there's that, and I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you hate London.
No, I love London, but I love it because it's shit. You know, I love being annoyed at crowds.
Sorry, I'm just adjusting. That's really annoying for the podcast.
Yeah, it's all right.
My legs are dead. Yeah.
It's all right, mate. You know, we've all got
We'll go what?
issues we've got to deal with.
Yeah. So, what do you think anyway? What are you?
Well,
What are your thoughts on
I
the
wouldn't
idea?
go and see it.
What? You wouldn't go and see it?
I imagine it would be shot like Run, Fat Boy, Run.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, it just seems like one of those sort of films. And
Yeah.
like, that film's okay. I think the problem with this is I can't really comprehend how hard it is to climb Big Ben.
I don't even know if it would... Well, it's got to be
How would you
possible.
do it?
I don't know.
It should be...
Scale.
You should throw in something stupid. Then.
Like what?
Like, the way he wants to climb it is, like, mental.
Yeah.
Like, with balloons.
Yeah.
So they're not only trying to stop him for health and safety, but because it's like... You know, it's going to rile the masses up into a happy frenzy, and they don't like that.
Well, it's the man. The man
Yeah, it's the
aggressor.
man.
Well, the point was that
this
it would
dude
end with
climbing.
him just getting arrested.
What, he doesn't even climb it?
Maybe he gets to the top and it's like some King Kong thing.
What do you mean? A giant gorilla appears and says,
Yeah.
this is mine.
Yeah. Well, that's
Or
my
do the
first...
shot where the helicopter...
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in King Kong.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a man on Big Ben.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yes, it's pretty funny.
Okay. Next one. This has probably been done as a short or something. A hidden camera style movie which follows a cat stalking its territory at night time.
That would be good, yeah.
Point is, the cats can talk.
Oh, it's okay. It's like
first
a
point.
cartoon.
No, it's not a cartoon.
Is it like Napoleon?
Yeah.
If you don't know Napoleon, we're not even going to tell you what it is. Look it up. Not
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Or Napoleon
Or, yeah,
Bonaparte.
the Napoleon.
Yeah. Point is, you know, but the whole point of it is, right, is it starts with, it's not, you know, he's not out at night, he's with the family, he lives with whatever, and, you know, he's this,
Can he talk to them?
No.
Okay,
It's
yes.
only to other cats, and it's like Toy Story where they only talk when there's no people around.
Well, you know, they wouldn't really talk.
Yeah, well, although that would be hilarious.
Do you know how they do that in
like,
films?
how do they, make their mouth
Make
move?
their mouths like move. They
How?
put like peanut butter in the roof of their mouth, so they're like.
Right.
It works as well, you know, like you can try it at home.
Point is, the cat's a wuss,
Right.
and just gets bullied by the other cats.
Does he eventually? Toughen up. Or...
I didn't think that far ahead, but I guess he learns to love himself and love the neighborhood.
You don't need to be a street cat.
Yeah.
If you've got a loving family.
I'll be a house cat. Yeah. Maybe that's the point.
Yeah. You should make friends with like a possum. Like some stupid animal.
Yeah.
Because he's not accepted by the feline communities.
Yeah.
Or you could throw in feline AIDS.
My cat's got that.
If you want another... What, Colin?
Yeah.
Colin's got AIDS?
I think so, yeah. Well, he's got something that could turn into feline AIDS.
Shit. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is he coming to the
I
party?
had to decide whether to get... I don't know, he's feeling a bit under the weather.
Yeah, he's got AIDS, I'm not surprised.
Well,
how long's he had that?
It was basically something like I had the choice whether to get him neutered.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because he had something which could turn into feelings or something. I chose not to get him neutered because I think it's wrong.
Oh man, no. Like I just completely disagree with you on that. Don't you think that's irresponsible?
The animal wants to have sex.
Yeah, but it doesn't want to have sex. It wants to have kittens. It's just...
So we shouldn't take that away.
Well, you should, because it's what if it just fucks like some other cat, and then that owner has to deal with all these kittens then?
Should have learned about,
they should get theirs neutered, so you don't have to.
No, I'm saying the cat should have known better. Why wasn't she on the pill?
Because you can't put them in their mouths, mate. I have to give Ziggles a pill. Did I tell you about that? It wasn't for... I had mine neutered because I'm a responsible cat. I had to give her a pill for like worms or something. Something gross.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like, you get a towel. you wrap the fucker in a towel. And first of all, then it's hard to hold them because you're pissing yourself laughing, right? It's just like a blue towel with a cat's head. It looks like a burrito, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But full of a cat. And then I had to kind of hold it between my legs, and it's not happy at this point, but facing up.
Right. Yeah.
So it's hard to do that without crushing his little rib cage.
Yeah.
Then you just have to force his fucking mouth up and get the pill and hold his head closed. And I tried to do it, and it wasn't having it, so I just left it.
It's like torture.
Yeah, you feel really bad doing it. Like,
why didn't you just grind it up and put it in the food?
It knows. It knows. You can fool some cats, but not the old Ziggles. She's
okay.
She's a fussy. Anyway, yeah.
This is my next one. Furniture in a house are given a consciousness as they serve under the evil rule of their human inhabitants. It's
they can't move.
A bit of a comedy. No, they can't move.
It's a bit of a comedy.
They can't move.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are the jokes like?
It's just funny, innit?
Like, oh shit, like being on a table.
Yeah. It's like he's got it's fucking heavy. Slam the cupboard door shut.
Like faulty,
Yeah.
But obviously, you usually just think like, "A fucking table's a bit wonky," And then from his perspective, it's just like my fucking leg.
Yeah, it's like missing a leg. Yeah.
It's properly feeling the pain of that.
I mean, I don't have a narrative.
It doesn't need a narrative.
I don't know how much you can do really with.
It sounds like a short that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
It wouldn't have a narrative really. It would just be like, oh god, this is pretty shit. Oi, bookcase, what are you up to, pal? And it's like,
There's not really.
No one ever uses me.
It's the sort of thing though that would have some sort of deep point, but it just doesn't at all. It's just.
Well, you should just throw in. Like I said, throw in loads of sad bits.
Yeah.
So that people are just like, oh my god, it just makes you think, what if?
What if things that don't talk could talk?
Yeah. It's loads like the cats thing though. You should combine them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the cat's got a power that can talk to the furniture.
It's just such a weird idea.
Yeah.
I just realised that my idea is basically just look who's talking.
What? But it's the table.
Well, yeah. In that, all the furniture can talk, can't it? Like the toilet's evil.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know if I've seen.
I remember that.
Well, no, I've definitely seen it. It's just like Bruce Willis, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that seems terrifying. Anyway, this one now is a more serious one.
The last one wasn't serious.
Well, depends how you look at it.
The trials and tribulations of the table. What are you?
Set in the context of one night out, a young man's heart is broken, and he goes on a drunken path of self-discovery.
Yeah, that could be good.
Kind of reminds me, I just realised though as I read it out,
vague, though,
a bit like Roger Dodger.
Yeah, I guess it's that's different, isn't it? Because it's more about the kid's like yes, with a kid that's like 16. It's a good film though. If anyone
It's a great film.
wants a recommendation from us, go watch Roger Dodger.
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg for the first role though.
It's a great film.
Yeah,
but anyway, what do you think?
Yeah, obviously, is it like how would you portray it?
How do you mean?
Would it be like grim, or would it meant to be sort of like, life's okay?
It ends up being like uplifted. It's like a coming of age.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, it's like there's bits of it where I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
But the tone's really overall positive.
Well, he ends up happy and
I don't need women.
But then there's the point.
As long as I got a baby.
At the end, you're sort of thinking like, is he going to remember any of this in the morning?
What? He's just trash.
He's just wasted.
Does he just drink though? Or are we talking like crazy bender?
Well, you're thinking he would. You're thinking he would go a bit crazy. Yeah, he's just been broken up with. He might go on. Like,
is he just alone?
Binge.
We'd probably
there might be.
meet people,
I don't know. Yeah, like they'd be. Maybe he's on a night out with friends. Like I don't know. Like
I think it'd be better if he's not on his own. I don't mean on his own the whole film, but like he goes off on his own.
Yeah,
so it's almost like all the people he meets are like just for that night.
Yeah.
So it has like a magical. You look back on it so fondly because you never be. Do you ever have that? Like you meet someone, and you think like, "Oh, that was brilliant." You know, like you had the experience you had when you were with them was really good.
Yeah.
So you just you assume that's all because of them, when it isn't, is it? You might have just been in a really good mood.
Yeah.
You both happen to have, a good conversation. Then it doesn't mean that deep down you'd always have one.
Yeah.
And then you meet them again, and you're like,
It's life, just constant disappointment.
Yeah. Whereas, like I said,
There's
if you
no
never
hope.
meet them again, yeah. If you never meet them again, though, there's probably a few people where you go, "Oh, remember that guy? What a laugh he was."
Yeah.
And then if we met him again, we'd just be like, "This dude's a fucking prick." All we ever saw in him in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you throw that element in as well, I think you've got the makings for a good little indie film there, Sean.
Thanks, buddy.
I mean, that is not going to do well in the cinemas, but I mean, you can hope for a cult fandom to come up in the DVD sales.
Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. I'll take it.
Some of the best fucking films, man.
Yeah, it's true. I saw a film before, which was a cult DVD film. I only found this out afterwards. It's a really old film, which is basically about. It's set in like a sort of like America in like the Midwest, and
what is it?
It's a horror film where
you watched a horror film.
Yeah, but it was like really old and shit. You know?
Okay, yeah.
But basically, the man's penis.
Oh, I've seen that. Pervert. It's called Pervert.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that old. That's the worst part. It's not that old.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck. I saw on TV. Like it was on TV.
Yeah,
that's like.
All I said was a man's penis, and you knew what it was. That's
well,
it's a bit weird.
No, it's because you said it's set in the Old West. Like the mid. It's like they live in like cabins and that.
Yeah.
Like,
dirty scumbags.
What else were you gonna say? A man's penis.
Yeah, I guess.
The first film that comes to mind when you say that is Pervert, and then it's probably Shame.
God, let's not even talk about
that. yeah, man. It's rough.
Anyway, I think that is everything we were going to cover. About half an hour. We've been going for.
Good, isn't it? Yeah.
That's all right.
Don't want to.
Timely.
Yeah.
Okay, this has been the No Hope Podcast. You can follow us at No Hope Podcast on Twitter. We'll be back again in, I don't know...
Week and a half, 2 weeks.
Week and a half, 2 weeks. Send any correspondence in to the page. Review us on the App Store, and we will see you then. Say bye, Zach.
Bye.